excited utterance here. And my name is Hella. Today is an awesome day. Guess what? Oh, those pro se days. Violins. Do you know who this man is? Down there, Mr. Baldy Head with the caterpillar eyebrows. His name is Robert Tellis. And guess what? Darlie and I have been waiting a long time for this. A long time for this. Maybe some of you have been watching a little bit of the build up to this trial. It's starting now. Not sure whether or not they're into jury instructions yet. I know that they were looking at the jury selection today. And I'm sure the opening statements will be tomorrow. Yeah, he was actually a lawyer, not a criminal lawyer though, JMK. Not at all. He was also a public administrator, like an elected official in Las Vegas. This guy's backstory is really curious, very curious. Now, Darlie and I did a stream on this guy about 6 months ago, back when he was pro se. So we were really interested in following this to trial. And then we found out he got a lawyer and we were like, okay, it's not going to be as interesting. But the actual case itself is crazy. So we're going to, well, I'll get him on stage in a second. But hello, Schnibbles too. Hello, Schnibbles. And let's get into it. Darlie, come on stage. Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Your camera is fuzzy.
Fuzzy? I can see.
Is HD correct?
Has HD cracked? What are you talking about?
No, is the HD correct? It's like you're like 480p.
Oh,
no, maybe it's better. A little.
No, maybe because I just zoomed downwards, but let me have a
That
look.
could be. It's getting a little bit better.
Full definition. It says I'm on full definition. Maybe the cat
maybe
has just been, maybe it's just the cat has been like rubbing up against the. Is that any better? Oh, you know what it is? It's that.
Ah.
I'll turn it off.
That could be.
No, it's still weird.
Huh.
Why am I getting all
really
this
weird.
like reflection?
Well, you got me in my 1080p glory.
No,
That's
no,
a little
see
bit
all
better.
Those lines?
Yeah, I do now. They weren't there before.
Well, no, they were. They were. It's just they were worse because of the. See that? Look at all. Whoa. That's weird. Okay, it's almost like the cat's whiskers are like.
I know.
All over the screen. Oh, very strange. You like the Hella Light? I like the Hella Light too. You know what I've ordered? I've ordered one of the an inline dimmer switch because there's already a dimmer switch, but I've ordered an extra one. So like there'll be one of these and then there'll be another one. So I'm hoping it can bring it down further. I thought, isn't that clever of me? So yeah, isn't that crazy? Okay, now it's going to annoy me for the entire stream. Yeah, I'm going to turn it off. But anyway, now I can see it. It's driving me nuts.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I cleaned the screen yesterday with a different thing, so maybe it's left some sort of mark. I don't know. All right, everyone try to ignore it. Hello. Hey, Lindsay. How are you? Don't tell me you're a simp for this ass hat. No. And I'm a simp for nobody. I'm a simp for the Constitution. Chinny. I have no clue, right? I have no clue what this dude did. Well, I know what the allegations are. I have no clue whether he did it or not. I don't know. Innocent till proven guilty, Chinny. Is that simping? Hello, Moonvale. How are you? And good morning to you. It is morning. It's about 9 a.m. for us. Hello, Kat. How are you? Am I blurry or is it actually?
No, you're not too blurry.
Am I blurry or is it the lines that you can see?
You're fine.
I'll try and fix it. I'll try and fix it once we start looking at the video.
It's not a big deal.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, guys, guess what? First, what we're going to do is we're going to look at an article from Esquire that we actually read 6 months ago on stream, and
Yes.
I had to pull it back up again because it's hilarious. Right. So usually what we like to do when a trial starts, if we know about it, if we know the background, we like to do a bit of like case background to give you some info about it. But we have an article that gives you the case background in the most dramatic way possible. And Dali is going to do the reading. So guys, buckle up.
Buckaroo.
This is worth a reread, this one. When we read it, we were just like, is this real or is this a novel? So let's get it out. Let's whip it out.
Excuse me while I whip it out.
Alrighty, let's go. Right, so this is from Esquire magazine, and it's okay. Yep. I wonder who that could be. Murder and Loathing in Las Vegas. Are you ready with your voice?
Robert Tellis isn't willing to discuss how his DNA ended up under the fingernails of Jeff German, or why his wife's car was spotted near the 69-year-old investigative reporter's house on a warm Friday morning in early September, a day before a neighbor discovered German's lifeless body at the side of his Las Vegas home, or how an outfit matching the one worn by the suspect captured on security cam footage wound up in Tellis's home. Speaking to me at the Clark County Detention Center, a couple miles north of the Vegas Strip. Tellis is serious but engaged, eager to please even. But he must be careful about what he says. His court-appointed lawyers at the time made that clear. The man charged with premeditated murder in one of the most sensational cases in recent history here, one that drew the attention of virtually every major newspaper and network in the country, is short and lean, with dark eyes, framed by black caterpillar brows beneath a gleaming, bald head. He's no longer wearing the thick white bandages that were wrapped seductively around his forearms, covering up what officials describe as self-inflicted wounds. When he first appeared in court 6 days after German's murder, he faced the judge that day with a wry smile before being led back to jail in shackles.
Ready? Oh!
Ooh, my. I am titillated.
Check it out, right? So all of that description leads to that. The caterpillar eyebrows. That's
Holy
that's
crap!
a bad look.
Is that the comedian Bob Kelly?
I don't know.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay.
Why do you give me these references, dude? I have no idea who you're talking.
He's a comedian.
Okay.
This guy.
True. Okay. No, the eyebrows are too light.
Okay.
And he's not lean.
Bob Kelly's fat.
Lean.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Bob.
He went through 4 lawyers too. Guilty.
Does that include himself?
Guilty. All right, keep going. So, there we go. That was
Bobby
Robert
Tellis.
Wait. Robert Tellis booking photo. shown during a Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department news conference held to brief the media on his arrest. Yeah, okay. I think we worked out that it was a booking photo. That wasn't just a happy snap.
Yes. Tellis, 46, says he simply can't address the allegations that he murdered Jeff Germain. But it turns out he's more than happy to tell me about Germain's role in ruining his life. The veteran journalist wrote a series of exposés for the Las Vegas Review-Journal in mid-2022 that almost certainly killed. See what he did there? Tellis's bid for re-election as Clark County's public administrator, a low-profile role that the ambitious Tellis had hoped to use as a launch pad to greater things. Instead, he was usurped by his deputy and bitter rival. Tellis denies many of the damning allegations in Germain's stories. The alleged inappropriate relationship that Tellis had with an employee, his bullying management style. Who is he? Kamala Harris? He gets especially agitated when he starts talking about how his own employee, those dicks, leaked details to Germain in a ruthless attempt to unseat
him.
That's when everything started to unravel. This didn't occur until Jeff Germain got involved, says Tellis, tensing up.
Oh, I could just imagine him. Like his eyebrows started to twitch, and a little bit of like his veins started to pop out.
And he got a chubby.
And he's like, this didn't occur until Jeff German got involved. What a dickhead talking to a reporter about this. Meanwhile, isn't it?
Well, he kind of does have a dickhead.
Ironic. Isn't it ironic that he's talking to a reporter about this when it's a reporter who he is accused of murdering?
Oh, yeah. Before he says he was just trying to inject some new life into a sleepy government agency. Is he talking about our White House? Who knew that a few new ideas would stir up so much bitterness, anger, and scheming? As he sits in jail, separated from his wife and 3 children, facing life in prison, it's clear Tellis still hasn't left behind the drama of the country department he ran. County department he ran.
Yeah.
Those employees who talked to Germain for his initial story, they were not pulling their own weight. That's all I'd hoped they would do before the article came out, Tellis said. I wanted them to start working and put the knives away.
They had knives out?
For his back.
Oh, okay.
Jeez,
this is
do they work?
Stupid of him. Why is he saying all this stuff? This is so incriminating.
I feel like Joe Biden could be saying the same stuff right now.
Yeah, but okay, but he's not accused of murder, right? Or maybe not yet. Okay, but here's the thing, right? At the beginning of the article, it said that Robert Tellis isn't willing to discuss how his DNA ended up under the fingernails of Jeff German, or why his wife's car was spotted near the 69-year-old investigative reporter's house on a warm Friday morning early in September, a day before a neighbor discovered German's lifeless body at the site of a Las Vegas home. Okay, so he's not willing to discuss that stuff, but he's willing to discuss all this other stuff, which made him mad about working in this office and then Jeff German getting involved and writing an article about it. So he's willing to discuss motive, basically. What a fool. With a journalist. Okay, anyway, let's get going. Oh, there's a photo too. Oh, P.S.
Oh, Andrew. Him. Yes.
That's
Andrew
him.
Bronca.
That's Jeff German.
Oh.
Not him. Andrew wouldn't be happy if we said that looks like him. No, Andrew's much nicer looking than this dude.
He has more hair for sure. And
He has
Andrew
more
doesn't
hair.
have a weak, effeminate chin that this guy does.
No.
Andrew has a very strong chin.
we don't want to offend Andrew too much. There's a slight resemblance. But anyway, yes, this is the decedent, this guy here. And interestingly, this is the defendant walking the journalist around the department at the actual interview. Isn't that spooky? All right, let's keep going.
Almost from the moment he'd arrived, Robert Tellis spelled trouble with a capital T. That's how it seemed, at least, to Reed, the second in command at the Clark County Public Administrator's Office, who has worked there for 15 years. Reed had her new box pegged. Tellis had two faces, like a Professor Quirrell. She tells me in a half-empty Panera Bread in late September. She tells me in a half-empty Panera Bread in late September.
Is Panera Bread like a franchise or something?
Yeah, it's like a sandwich place.
Okay.
Not like Subway, but I don't know. Yeah, they're, yeah.
Okay, because of the way they capitalized it, and it just sounded like everyone knew what it was. I was like, okay,
yeah,
Australian,
we
I
do.
know what it is. Okay, cool.
Tells me in a half-empty Panera Bread in late September, which really sounds like a spicy adult novel.
It does, doesn't it? Like, this whole thing's just getting so flowery.
Seductive.
It is. It is. I mean, is Esquire usually like this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They're a liberal rag.
Okay.
All right. She's wearing an oversized knit sweater despite the heat. He doesn't want you to see his evil side, then you're not going to see it.
Oh, you think?
Boy, he's either about to make a move on the wish.com Andrew Bronca, or he's plotting to unalive him. Okay, wish.com Andrew Bronca. That shouldn't offend him.
I'll take B.
Yeah, this guy knows I know something about self-defense law, guys. How do you do, fellow law of self-defense members?
You have this free book. You have to pay.
Would you like to get hard?
Get hard. Okay.
Soon after winning the 2018 election to serve as public administrator, and in January 29 assuming office, Tellis made it known that he saw the job as a stepping stone. The public administrator was, after all, a low-ranking government position. The office he oversaw comprised all of 9 full-time employees and a handful of part-time hires. Tellis told his staff he planned someday to run for county commissioner. After that, governor.
Oh my God, he's chilly.
If Jesse Ventura can do it, I can do it too.
I wonder, hang on, is he a Democrat or a Republican?
Democrat, I believe.
Oh, I'll lock him up.
Tellis?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ventura.
Wow. He's chilly, guys. This guy's chilly. He wants to be governor. Well, he wanted to be governor.
He threw himself into the role, and it bothered Reed that he settled in without so much as asking her for guidance. Reed, 65, a devout Christian with a prim demeanor, was an office mainstay. She had served Tellis's predecessor for 12 years and had been intricately involved in nearly every aspect of the office's workings. But under the new regime, I was excluded from pretty much every conversation, Reed says. The public, and keep going.
Yeah.
The public administrator's office, housed in a downtown red brick building containing neat rows of cubicles, is tasked with
Okay.
securing dead people's property, when no one comes to claim it. Oh no, that's the DNC. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. We might skip a bit because this is getting kind of off topic.
Oh, we don't want to hear about many people dying?
No. All right. So
Or a dog that had eaten parts of its owner's body?
Yeah. Being so close to death on a daily basis can be.
You don't want to see that part?
No. Hang on. The employees of the public administrator's office tend to engage in gallows humor. Maggots are called rolling dice. Oh God, gross. Tellus lacked management experience. What?
It didn't help that Tellus lacked management experience suited to his new job. Raised in El Paso, Texas, Tellus moved to Las Vegas 20 years ago and worked as an HVAC technician. In 2016, he received a law degree from UNLV.
14. Yeah.
Okay. And opened his own short-lived firm, Accolade Law.
Accolade.
To celebrate its opening, Tellus held a ribbon-cutting ceremony at its office in a dingy downtown shopping center, remembered by a fellow UNLV law school graduate in attendance as being so cringe. Like grody.
Wow, this guy's really dug up people to throw shit at him, eh? And I was saying before we got on stream, it's like this writer here must be really hoping that Tellus never got out on bail, because he'd be the next journalist to be 6 foot under. Like, he goes after journalists, right?
Despite these early tensions.
Wait. Okay, this is all just BS, right? So I want to see whether there's anything more about the actual incident. As interesting as this all is, I would actually like to get to the hearing. After some encouragement, after some encouragement from her co-worker. See, this Reed just pissed off that Tellus didn't ask her opinion on stuff because she was so popular with the previous administrator.
Oh, so she was planning to run against him?
Oh, was she? Okay.
Yeah.
Reed and her allies, Alicia and Lorraine, senior co-state coordinator. Yeah, this goes on for years. The damning evidence she was hoping for. Okay. So they were all plotting against him. All right.
Jesus. Was this person paid per word?
Maybe. German was a grizzled investigative reporter at Las Vegas Review. Top paper in the city. Okay, German approached this lead the same way he always had, with stammer and great skepticism. This bit. Okay. One day, German came to the office to interview Tellus. Could you read that bit, please?
Okay. The reporter was surprised to find that the subject of his expose was courteous and polite. Really? That's a surprise? Somebody you're going to interview is courteous and polite to you. Golly. Tellus even sat for a candid video interview. I'm about nothing but justice, fairness, and being a good person, he tells Germaine in the footage. It sickens and destroys me that somebody would even level accusations like that. Certain employees don't have any qualms to try and ruin my personal life to win this race. Mission accomplished.
Poor guy.
Poor little fella. A glacial silence descended between Reed and her boss. Tellus seemed to be growing paranoid at work. He installed a white noise machine in his office, presumably so that no one could overhear his closed-door meetings.
His white noise machine?
Yeah, like in court.
That's a bit much.
Well,
okay.
In his defense, he does have people going after his job.
But a white noise machine?
Yeah.
Okay.
His hires now ate lunch separately from the department veterans. Tellus threw an office event and neglected to invite the outcasts or even share the leftover cake, that dick. He didn't even share the leftover cake? Good Lord, this guy deserves to be in jail.
Wait. I want to get to where the dude was found.
Like I said, she was paid per word.
He, I don't know.
The writer was paid per word.
Yeah, no. Do you know it was a girl?
Well, it's Vegas, so it could. Who knows?
After Gemma's death, everyone in the office was thinking the same thing. Oh, really? Oh, hang on. Look at this. She'd been reviewing every request that day.
She's going to testify.
Oh, of course she's going to testify.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
I know, right?
And we just knew he was an awful person.
Oh,
Objection.
we knew immediately. we knew that he did it.
Hi, can you state your name? Hi, I'm whatever her name is, and he did it. I know it for a fact.
All right, that's enough. Let's go.
She's going to slip so much bullshit into her testimony.
I know. Hey, and P.S. by the way, if anyone's already been looking at any of the footage of the hearings leading up to now, yes, the judge in question is the judge that let Chili go. Yes. So
free at last, free at last. God Almighty, free at last.
There she is. Michelle Levitt.
I just want to point out that distinction.
Wasn't this the judge?
No. That's her. So that's Michelle Levitt there. That is the moment that she overturned Chili's conviction. And he walked free at
last. Free at last.
So there you go.
All Let our Power Ranger go.
No more questioning about that. Lots of people have been wondering. All right, let's get into it. So this is from last year. And curiously, I was just saying to Dali before also, this is what happens when someone actually wants to go pro se. And the judge...
Been hard.
Yes, I know, right?
Those two pictures side by side.
Yeah, I know. They really need to update those photos.
I know.
So when someone decides to go pro se, there are all these warnings that the judge is supposed to give, which makes me, I find it really interesting that we're seeing this now, because this is what Sarah Boone wasn't warned of. Let's watch, shall we?
Well, I want to represent myself.
You just indicate you want to represent yourself for a couple months. I mean, I am not.
Okay, well, hang on. We'll go back a little bit. I just had to make sure we get to the right part. Start.
You want to balance the audio out?
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Did you take any criminal law classes in law school?
Criminal law and criminal procedure.
Okay.
I took criminal law in my second year, Your Honor.
Sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
You went on a felony.
It just starts. Okay. I thought I could get to the beginning.
Criminal law classes in law school?
Criminal law and criminal procedure.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Think that has equipped you to represent yourself?
Not just that, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me, why do you want to represent yourself?
Again, there are a few different concerns, to be frank. I want to make sure that, number one, because we unfortunately couldn't see that on one of the trials should be me and Mr. Sheets. Mr. Sheets, great attorney, really good man.
Yes, he is.
But
that's why it kind of surprised you would put yourself in this position.
But again, this is a temporary situation. I intend to represent myself for at least a couple of months while I make sure that.
Oh, he never wanted to go to trial.
Because again.
Okay, no, we're not playing games. Okay, so Mr. Tellis, we're not playing games. You're not going to represent yourself for a couple of months and then hire someone else. If you want to hire someone else, that's fine. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that.
I want to represent myself here.
You just indicated you want to represent yourself for a couple months. I mean, I am not. I am not playing games with you.
I
This is
understand.
very, very serious. You
I
are
understand.
charged with first-degree murder.
I
I
understand.
mean, you're facing life without the possibility of parole. I would think that you would take it a little more serious. It is not a game. I will not allow you to treat it as a game. And you're a lawyer and you know, oh, I want to represent myself for 2 months until I can get a new lawyer. You want a new lawyer? That's fine. I'll give you time to hire a new lawyer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot, I would prefer to represent myself.
So throughout the process, you're going to represent yourself at trial.
If that's the choice to make, sure.
Okay, what is the issue the date of trial?
I don't know if the court received my non-opposition and my motion to reset the trial date. I do,
When do you want the trial date?
likely August or September, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Sheets, you indicated that wasn't going to work for you.
I haven't seen any non-opposition.
I haven't either.
I haven't.
I know that Your Honor, right? These very serious charges.
They are.
Okay. The trial was actually going to be early this year, wasn't it, darling?
May, I
It
think.
was.
March.
Yes, it was going to be early this year. And he was representing himself up
Yeah.
until early this year.
Right
Like,
before.
we only found out, around then that he had hired a lawyer. Because we thought he was representing himself for a good 6 months.
Yeah.
For a good
He
6
was,
months.
yeah.
Yeah, this judge will wait for him to get a lawyer, much more ethical than lying Ted Cruz judge. Yeah. Okay, so this would have been okay. It's so hard to tell with YouTube because they're always like, oh, a year. When you look at the date, it's always like a year ago or 6 months ago. They don't give you like an actual date of upload. But I know that we streamed about this in about September last year. So it was quite a long time ago.
Was it? Oh, yeah. I guess it was a year ago.
It was a
almost.
long time ago. Yeah. And it was about him going pro se. It wasn't this particular hearing, but it was one about 3 weeks later. And I didn't know that he said he was only like, he's backtracking here. He's backpedaling because he just got wrapped on the knuckles. But he's backpedaling because he did say that I want to go pro se for a few months. And she's like, no, you're not playing games with me. And he has since backpedaled, hasn't he? Because he did hire a lawyer. Interesting. And the trial date did get continued because it was going to be around March or so. Even it was an M word. It was either March or May, definitely.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly. And then now here we are. It's August. So, and maybe that's it. Maybe it got continued because he hired a lawyer around then. That would make sense. That would make sense. He's a master of disguise. Hey, Phil, how are you? Yeah, a long time ago, badge of witness. It would be nearly a year, I would say, this particular hearing. Because, we streamed about it probably 10 months ago. Wow.
To do, there is no way in HE double hockey 6, I believe that I would be effective in rushing a trial that quickly for this magnitude.
Okay, so you understand it's important to be prepared too. I mean, I know you've never represented anyone in a felony case, so maybe you don't understand how important it is to be prepared when someone's liberty is at issue. But you understand you have one trial.
I understand that.
But you want to dismiss your attorney because he can't be, I mean, quite frankly, I think in a first-degree murder case, a November 6th trial date is pretty aggressive.
Well, I appreciate the concern, Your Honor, but I do want to go ahead and continue forward.
Okay, and you want to represent yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you understand you do have the right to be represented by counsel.
I do.
And you understand you have the right to be represented by counsel at all critical stages.
I do, Your Honor.
You understand that it's almost always more wise to be represented by counsel,
I do, Your Honor.
especially when you're being charged with first-degree murder and facing life without the possibility of parole,
Yes, Your Honor.
right?
Yes.
And you understand that criminal law is a complex area where experience and professional training is both required and desirable.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that you don't have that. I mean, you have legal training, but you don't have the legal, nowhere near what Mr. Sheets has or Mr. Hanner from the state.
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm not here to give you concern. I'm here to ask questions and you're here to answer them, okay? So you
I ain't concerned. It's my job.
Law is a very complex area of law, and you do not, based on what you're telling me, have the legal training or experience in that area.
I think it's a compound question. I say that, yes, I understand the concern, and I don't know that, I won't be
You
effective
need to
representing
call
myself.
in, answer the first one, then the second
So
one.
then, yes and no.
Okay, so you don't have the experience. You've told me you've represented misdemeanors, you've never represented anyone in a felony. How do you think you're going to prepare yourself to be ready to go to trial?
And that's trial strategy, Your Honor.
I actually love this judge.
You're in custody, so you understand that you don't have available to you a law library, the ability to research whatever you want,
Wow.
file motions. You understand? I mean, I guess you can file motions, but you do not have like what Mr. Sheets has.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand that criminal law is a complex area?
I do.
Even though you really never practiced in a felony courtroom, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And you understand that the attorneys from the state of Nevada, they have some of their most experienced attorneys on this case,
Yes, Your Honor.
with multiple years of practice, and all they do is prosecute category A felonies. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
You understand you would be up against that.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand
See you,
that
Moonbell.
can't
Bye.
help you.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, that you would be, on your own because you decided to represent yourself.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you know what?
This is fantastic. I want to send this to Judge Kranick, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this everything that Sarah should have been told, right? Before he waived her right to a publicly appointed defender, she should have been warned of all of these things, point by point by point. She wasn't, right? Sorry to change the topic and go back on my Sarah Boone rant, but everyone's all like, oh, she was warned, she was warned. She wasn't warned of all of these things, point by point by point, just like he's being warned of right now. You're not a criminal attorney. You're not going to be able to prepare yourself effectively. You're going to be incarcerated. You're not going to have access to this, this, and this. You're going to be all on your own. La 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 la. It's completely ineffective to be representing yourself. Do you realize what it means to represent yourself? If you can't get along with this attorney, this is going to be the last time, etc., etc. I just feel like this is her job to spell these things out, and she's saying it that this is her job. It's not just concern; she has to do it. So, and he's had to actually get up there and waive his right to a public defender or to an attorney to do this. In fact, he's not even waiving his right. He still can if he wants to, but she's still doing it. It makes me so mad. Watching this makes me really. It makes me appreciate that a judge is being very clear,
Yeah.
and aware of his constitutional right to a fair trial, keeping the record really clear, so that he cannot come back and say, "Hey, I was not made aware." Yeah. I like it. Like, hey, Mavka,
Hey.
Your phone didn't alert you about the stream. You're in the Discord, aren't you, Mavka? Oh, you're not a member. Oh, damn. You need to become a member, Mavka. Wait, no pressure. But if you remember, go into the Discord and you get the live alerts. They're fantastic. Fantastic. You never miss one.
The state has to prove in order. Do you know what they have to prove at the time?
Oh, you should. Badgered witness. That would be fantastic if you could go.
Particular case?
Yeah, in your case.
Oh, go to kindergarten. Yeah.
Yeah, reasonable doubt, but
Okay, so you don't know the elements that the state has to prove.
So specifically, statutory elements, no, I couldn't tell you right this moment.
Okay, so you understand that's concerning because even though you're a lawyer, you don't even know what the state has to prove.
I will have ample time to make sure that I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay? But you do not know the elements of the crime.
Right this moment, but again, as far as with respect to whether I have the capacity to represent myself, that isn't really a factor at this moment, as far as I know.
I'll make that determination.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay, do you understand that you are facing, this first-degree murder is the most serious offense the state can charge you with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand you're facing 3 possible penalties?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know what they are?
Certainly, obviously, life in prison without parole.
Okay,
Also, of course, I believe there's an enhancement as well.
do you know what the sentencing range is for the enhancement?
I want to say, I believe 8 to 20, but I have to take a look.
It's a 1 to 20 and 8 to 20 would be the maximum.
Okay.
Okay, so do you know the other 2 penalties that you would be facing if convicted of first degree?
Beyond your charge, no.
Okay, so you understand it's life without, life with after 20 years, or a term of years, 50 years, with eligibility for parole beginning after minimum 20 years has been served?
Very good, Your Honor.
Okay, you don't know that either. And then you understand that the court has to impose a consecutive term for the enhancement.
I understand that.
Okay, and who, if you're convicted of first degree murder, who determines the sentence?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, not unless you waive the penalty here. So I'm just trying to point out that you really don't know much about the charge against you, and you can still represent yourself if you think that's wise, but I'm just pointing out to you, you don't know very much about what you're coming up against. In the state of Nevada, the first degree murder conviction is returned to the jury. Here's further evidence, and then the jury can determine. You can waive your right to a penalty hearing as well and allow the court. And again, you didn't know that, did you?
I did know
Well,
that.
Mr. Sheets knows that.
In jury trials, do you understand that the charge or the sentence is imposed by the jury? Excuse me. Yes.
In what?
In a jury trial, if the verdict comes back guilty, then it's incumbent upon the jury to.
That's not true.
Okay.
Only in a first degree
Not
murder
true.
conviction. Only in the first degree murder conviction. So in other words, if the jury came back with a second degree or manslaughter or any other thing less than first degree, then it would not go to the jury. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you ever done a jury trial, civil or criminal?
Yes, sir. So
Okay, how many?
I'd say about half a dozen as well.
So 6?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Were they civil or criminal?
Also, family as well.
Okay, and
It is.
what courthouse, what jurisdiction, what were they about?
There were several here, a couple of civil cases, and then there was a case.
Young, are you confused because it's the same judge as Chile? Because that is the judge that let Chile go. That's her.
Free
You know
at
what's-
last.
You know what's interesting? At his hearing last week, because it was on what's his old court TV and a couple of people streamed it, there were people in the comments who were like, "Oh my God, she's the one who let Chile go. I hate her." And it's like, she didn't let Chile go because she liked him. Hello, she had to. The prosecution effed up all over the place. So hold on to your spitballs. Jesus Christ. People just don't get it, do they, hey? Judge Cindy Lauper. I do like the fact that she looks like Cindy Lauper. She needs a bailiff, Lou Albano. At James Crumbley trial, I realized how much more attractive the attorneys were. Really?
It's true.
And really? Oh yeah, I know you think that. You think everyone's attractive.
No. I mean, I didn't realize how cute Michael Turney's lawyer was until I actually went there
She
in person.
is actually cute.
She's
got
adorable.
dark hair and glasses.
I know. Oh, shut up. She's a hottie biscotti.
Yeah, she is. She actually is. And the prosecutor's voice was really powerful in person, but felt flat online. Yeah, right. I looked at the screen and thought Tellers was Chili. I saw the same visual before. Yeah, well, because like Chili does have that like fold in the back of his head thing going on too. Yeah, that sort of head hamburger thing going on.
That like rat skin thing.
Yeah, very attractive.
In probate,
Okay,
a will dispute, and then I've had a couple of trials over at the family court of Long Island.
okay, so. those-
Oh, he's done family court.
Right?
Correct.
So how many jury trials we had to come in and select a jury?
Three.
3?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and those were all 3 civil?
Correct.
And they were in this courthouse?
Right.
And were they, what kind of cases were they?
One was a personal injury case.
Okay,
One was
Oh, he's an ambulance chaser.
that will contest case. And then there was another case that I think it was breach of contract, if I remember that.
okay. And so you had to select a jury panel? So you know how to select a jury in a civil case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you know how to select a jury in a criminal case?
That's something that I will certainly learn.
Is that a no? Yeah, I'm just trying to make a record that you're not very knowledgeable about what's gonna happen.
You're not very knowledgeable, sir.
That is correct.
Okay, do you know how to select a jury in a criminal case? Do you know how many peremptory challenges you get?
I believe it's 12, but again, I will certainly research that and find out.
Okay, so that's not correct. I'm just telling you that that's not correct.
That's not right.
And do you know
Bow,
what
bow.
questions you would ask a jury panel?
I will develop discussions, yes, sir.
Okay, is that a no too? I mean, just give me an example of what would be an appropriate word.
You said yes, no question, sir.
Frankly, whether or not the person's been, the victim of a crime, and delving into those various issues.
Okay. And like the attorneys that are gonna be in this case, I mean, they've selected many juries,
Yes, sir.
and they are well versed in how to select a jury panel, including, it's hard for me to believe you want to dismiss Mr. Sheets.
I understand.
Okay, but you want to dismiss him
Yes, sir.
because you think you're gonna get a trial date earlier?
I think that would be the most appropriate thing to say, yes.
Okay, but you
Yes.
probably won't.
What?
Does that change your analysis?
Did he just say, I think that would be the most appropriate thing to say? So she asked him if dismissing his lawyer would be, if he thinks dismissing his lawyer would help him to get an earlier trial date. And he answered, I think that would be the most appropriate thing to say, yes. So he doesn't, he's admitting that he's playing games. So he said flat out that that would be the most appropriate answer. He doesn't actually want there to be an earlier trial date, but he knows that that's the right thing to say to get her to agree. Dude, just say yes or no. Like, all of these answers are so convoluted. Just say yes or no. If you really, really want to represent yourself, these are just yes and no answers. It's so simple. This lady's really trying to help. This judge is trying to help him big time. And he's making this so difficult.
No,
If you still want to represent yourself, even if
Hey, Caleb.
in November.
yes, sir.
Okay. We've gone through, you don't know the elements of the offense, but you're going to educate yourself prior to trial. And you know that in any trial, civil or criminal, that they present difficult choices as to strategy, how you want to handle witnesses, tactics, and criminal attorneys, they are well versed in this area.
I understand that.
And you've already established you've never even done a felony jury trial, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And you understand that even attorneys that are well trained, well knowledgeable can differ in the type of strategy or defense that they want to put forward.
Yes, sir.
And that's all based on training and experience.
I do that.
Okay, and you understand you don't have that training or experience.
In particular, around the criminal law, right at this moment, yeah.
All right. Maybe in civil, you're well versed in civil, but you understand civil and criminal are absolutely different. You know that an attorney knows the degree of proof that the state must meet to prove you're guilty under reasonable doubt. You understand that by investigation and review of the state's evidence, your attorney may determine that the state can't prove their case.
Yes, sir.
And you think you're able to sit in judgment of that?
And we are, that's discussing trial strategy.
I'm not asking you trial strategy.
And
That is a general question. I'm not asking, I would not ask you what your trial strategy is, because it's pretty clear you don't have one at this point. So, and you understand that you'd be required to subpoena witnesses if you wanted them to testify.
yes, sir.
How do you subpoena a witness in a criminal matter?
Well, frankly, I got an investigator that's hired, so I would get at least my investigator.
Is it one?
No, it's not an investigator.
My investigator software next to me.
Okay, but you hired an investigator? Who is it?
Well, and that's part of the housekeeping issues. I don't know if you want to finish the Fred canvas first.
Who is the investigator?
Bill Faulkner?
Okay, all right, and Mr. Faulkner knows you want to dismiss?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, and, so, do you know how to subpoena witness? You're just gonna rely on your investigator?
No, obviously, you should subpoena, you specify the time and the place for the, you know, we're talking about depositions, the time and the place for that.
Okay, we have depositions in criminal matters unless it's a very, specific reason, like the witness is about to pass away or something like that. I mean, so you see the difference? I can.
Okay, so he's got an investigator, very much like Boone does. And I only realized yesterday that this investigator, and I'm referring to Sarah now, Mr. Lane from Prison Break, he's actually been not at her disposal, but he's been working with her all along. And he goes and visits with her from time to time. That's why he was paid $10,000 by the JAC. So he, this man here, Mr. Tellers, he also has an investigator, and judge just referred to subpoenas. What are you going to do about writing subpoenas? Are you just going to rely on your investigator? And Tellers said, well, I can work that out at deposition stage. And she's all like, well, no, that's a different thing. So she's really calling him out on all of these details and saying, well, no, you don't understand what you're talking about. And she's also pointing out that he's mixing up civil trials with criminal trials because he has experience with civil trials, not criminal trials. They're very different. She's really trying hard to talk him out of this. Like, she's super duper trying hard to talk him out of this. I gotta say, I love it. Like, she really wants him to have a fair trial. And for good reason. She doesn't want an overturned conviction on her books. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like the idea that she could have talked him out of it. He could have had a lawyer. I think what you guys are, if you haven't been watching the recent hearings, what you might not know is that he has some money. He has 5 properties that are up for sale right now in the Las Vegas area, and he can afford a lawyer. So yeah, she doesn't want to stuff around with this. This is stupid to her. Yeah.
Civil, we do depositions till the cows come home. You know, that's part of civil procedure, but it's not in criminal procedure. You understand that?
I do.
Okay, are you familiar with the rules of criminal procedure?
Some, but not.
Okay, which ones are you familiar with?
You know, I got to go over all the rules would be pretty tricky, but obviously, it's a resource that's available. Right?
Okay, is it available to you?
Yes, sir.
And have you availed yourself of the rules of criminal procedure?
I shall.
Okay, because you understand that, you know, if you were practicing in this area, like in civil, you have the rules of civil procedure pretty much memorized, right? Because you can't be looking at the rules all day. I mean, you have to know generally what the rules are so that you can practice in that area,
I understand that.
right?
That is right.
Okay, and you know, we have some new rules of criminal procedure that came out recently.
But I'll be sure to put that in.
Okay. And do you know how to disqualify a juror during jury selection?
And then, you know, something that I'll be sure to make sure I'm on.
Okay, so you understand you'd be required to do the voir dire and ask the court any, you know, if you want to disqualify a jerk, but you tell me you don't know how to do that.
Disqualify a jerk? I love the AI.
And, you know, obviously it was either by way, but really frankly, if she's primary challenges, we can disqualify on the basis of any, you know, any policy. So.
Okay, you understand in criminal, you can disqualify based on cause.
Yes.
You can in civil as well. And you understand attorneys are trained in jury selection on how specific jurors answer questions, their body language, and you don't have that experience,
I understand that.
okay? And so you don't have that experience, is that correct?
If you're talking about the level of experience of maybe a trial consultant?
Yes or
I'm
no?
talking about a trial attorney, like these attorneys in here. They have a lot of experience
Sure.
with jurors and selecting a jury panel
So it's-
and the way people answer questions, their body language, how they act, whether they give inconsistent answers or not. I mean, because cases can be won and lost in jury selection, right?
Right.
So usually jury selection is pretty important, right?
Yes, sir.
But you're not really familiar about how to do it.
I didn't say that. I
In
understand.
a criminal case, I have no doubt that you would be well versed in a civil case. That's been established. Not in a criminal case.
I understand.
And you understand that it's you're the person that's on trial.
Yes, sir.
You know that a lot of times when it comes to ourselves, we are not very objective about ourselves, which is why it's always unwise to represent yourself in any matter, let alone a first degree murder case.
I understand that.
Okay, I understand that you understand the English language. Okay, so I need to know, when my questions call for a yes or no, I would ask you to answer accordingly, because I do understand that you understand the English language.
I feel like, okay, this is like when I'm talking to Dali and I'm talking and he's like, yeah, yes, I get it. I understand. And I'm like, I'm going to actually say this next time, Dali. I understand that you understand the English language, but you're not actually listening to me or comprehending what I'm speaking about. And you're muted. And you're muted. Yeah, it's all right.
Well, that rant really just kind of backfired on me. God damn it. God damn it. Okay. Here I was giving you all kinds of grief about how I know better, and
Which you don't. I so won that one.
we'll call it a technical victory.
No, we won't. We'll say hello one. And I know you understand the English language, but yeah, comprehension skills, you know. Oh, Dali speaks American.
Yeah.
Right.
Not metric.
Right. Online red. You know, the other inmates are like, dude, we need to get back to jail. You're taking forever. We want to go back to that place, that great place.
Yeah.
We usually hang out. That place. It's awesome. Let's go back there. And I noticed that they're all lined up there, waiting their turn. See behind him. Yeah. And also, you guys, you're all talking about the bailiff just hanging about there in the witness box. What is with that? What's he doing?
The bailiff?
The bailiff, look, in the witness
Oh.
box.
He may be,
He's having a good old chill out.
well, maybe he's on lunch or something.
It's the middle of a hearing.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's just like Dali when he's bored.
Or Woody today testifying.
Okay, I didn't catch that. It was when I was asleep, clearly. Hey, Luna, how are you?
Aw, hey, love. How are ya?
You two have got something going on, I swear. And I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
She's jealous, bae.
You know the consequences
I'll survive.
if you decide to testify on your own behalf?
Yes, sir.
So there.
Certainly anything I say can and will be used against me. This is, another side. And obviously in front of a jury, that's even more so.
Okay, so you understand you're subject to cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
Anything that you say, either on direct or cross, will be subject to fair comment in the state's closing argument.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand whether to put a person on the stand is probably one of the most important decisions that an attorney can make in a criminal case.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, you have never had that experience, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, you've never been in that position. And so you would be in that position in this case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you don't think it would be wise to have somebody that wasn't part of it, that could be objective and unbiased in their thinking and strategy and advising you of that?
Certainly, yes. But again, I believe that as much as you.
There's no question about it. I mean, regardless of what your attorney says, it is your choice and your choice alone. It is an important one. Okay, you know, anything that you say, period, can be used against you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you understood that because I wasn't sure you did.
I absolutely have.
Okay, anything that you say, the state's gonna know about it and it can be used against you at the time of trial. You understand that, right?
Oh, that article's not going to be good.
Do you
What?
know, I mean, you understand what the charges are
Well-
against you? Do you know any?
She just said that anything you say, the state can use against you.
Oh.
Well, oh, maybe I shouldn't have spoken to that Esquire reporter. Oh, oops. I wonder if he's printed that yet.
Yeah, because that was like
Right.
2002.
Yeah, he's
And
printed
this hearing was,
last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Awkward. I get the feeling this guy is one of those ones that just can't stop talking.
Yeah, like Jodi
Like-
Arias or,
Just,
I mean, there's some defendants that just run to the media. They can't shut up.
yeah, I don't want to speak ill of Ty, but Ty's kind of like
Ty.
that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just thinking that. I love Ty.
Yeah,
I
love
think he's
Ty.
innocent, but
And I think he's innocent, and I'm not sure about this guy here.
No. but some
I'm not
people
quite
just
sure.
have to run to the media and
And just verbal diarrhea, you know. And yeah, I mean, and it's so ironic because this guy's accused of murdering a journalist because
Yeah.
someone he just had to talk to. Oh well.
yeah, and he was the only journalist in 2002 that died.
Oh, hang on. What's that that you
He
said?
was the only journalist in 2002 that was murdered. And only like
2002.
67 in
22.
the 22, sorry.
Yeah.
2000,
The only
yeah.
journalist in 2022 murdered.
In the US, yeah.
Really? Isn't that
And-
special?
There was only like 67 in the entire world that year.
Murdered, or like, does that include war-torn areas?
Yeah,
Wow.
it wasn't that many. Yeah. According to some study.
Required to develop that defense
Yes.
before you put it on in front of the jury, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you understand an attorney can research
Really?
the law for similar cases and present
Really?
defenses to these charges,
Yes.
okay, and you want to do that yourself.
Yes.
Okay, and again, you understand that, I mean, it's the ultimate punishment if you are convicted of first-degree murder, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you understand that life without the possibility of parole, in Nevada means exactly that, life without the possibility of parole. You would spend the rest of your natural life in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
I understand.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you understand that life without parole is exactly that. Okay, do you know the difference between an opening statement and a closing argument?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me what the difference is.
In the opening statement, you give a general outline of where you expect the case to go, without getting too conclusory. And then, of course, in the closing arguments, you specify what facts related to your opening argument, and what facts prove your own argument, or can prove your own argument. And then, of course, I go to the decision making from there.
Okay, and do you know how to object to a question that may be improper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how,
You state the objection, and then, of course, the reason for the objection.
okay, and you understand that the rules of evidence are extremely important in the criminal case.
Yes, sir.
And I'm assuming that you have experience with the rules of evidence, that in a criminal context, there are differences, you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, but you also, again, you don't have any experience.
Right on line.
practicing rules of evidence in criminal context. Is that, you know, in those misdemeanor cases, did you actually put on bench trial?
No, they're about it.
Okay. All right, so you've never done even a misdemeanor criminal trial.
No.
Okay. And you understand that if you choose to represent yourself, you're still going to be required to follow all the rules of evidence, all the rules of criminal procedure, even if you don't know what they are.
Yes.
Do you understand that? And I can assure you, Mr. Sheets knows what they are, the state's attorneys know what they are, and you'll be charged with knowing what they are. Okay? And you understand if you choose to represent yourself and you don't get a result that you like, you understand you can't say on appeal I was bad at representing myself.
Yes.
Post-conviction. So you waive certain issues. You waive ineffective assistance of counsel because you can't argue that
You can't argue ineffective assistance of counsel.
Okay? And you understand that you can't argue on direct appeal. I do a very good job representing myself.
No, it's
Okay?
crap.
I don't think anyone ever does a good job representing themselves. It's always better to have someone that's objective and unbiased that can give you the appropriate advice. And I know you're a lawyer and you think you can represent yourself, but I don't think it's ever a good idea to represent yourself. I don't think it's a good idea to represent yourself in a misdemeanor case, let alone one where the consequences could be
Right, Luna?
restricting your
Yeah.
liberty for the rest of your life.
I love her too.
I just want to make sure you understand that.
She kind of
Is she
looks a
chewing
little.
gum?
And you understand
Yeah, I
that
think she
once you
is.
rely on self-representation, you don't get to change your mind in the middle of the proceedings and request an attorney.
Yes, sir.
I love that.
Clear, we're not playing games here.
Right.
Just want you to know.
She is
No,
chewing
yeah.
gum.
You're not going to get that trial date moved up.
Well, I hope she yells at somebody for chewing gum in her court.
An aggressive trial date. So, we're already in almost March. It might seem like a long way away to you, but
Oh my God, this was early last year.
That's a very short period of time. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Where do babies come from?
And again, I think it's always unwise for someone to represent themselves. I think this is
Okay.
a complex case. I think it's unwise, but you thought about it. Is that correct?
Fantastic.
That is correct, John.
And you're doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she is a good judge.
Not being forced on anyone?
No.
Okay, you understand?
So
I'm gonna
far.
hold you to the same level I would attorneys that practice in this area, and that is a very high standard.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you may not even get the things that you want to get by dismissing Mr. Sheets like an earlier trial date. Do you understand that?
I understand that.
Do you have any questions before I make a determination?
Yeah.
Is the state satisfied with the campus?
That's right.
Okay, at this time, I'm gonna make a determination that you are waiving your right to counsel, that you made that decision freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. So at this point, do you want standby counsel?
Please.
Go higher.
If the court is inclined to.
I usually like to have standby counsel because you're not very good at representing yourself. I'm just being honest. And so it's always good to have standby counsel because standby counsel can answer questions if you have questions. But standby counsel is not trial counsel. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
I do not require standby counsel to prepare to take over your case. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
So they would never take over your case.
I am.
They are there to assist you, answer questions, and they don't even sit at counsel table if you don't want them to. Do you understand that? Do you want the court to appoint standby counsel?
If the court is inclined, yes.
Do you want to stay on as standby, Mr. Sheets?
I think that Mr. Councilman has some material experience as to the course of scope. It'd probably be better if not.
Okay,
No, I was the unappointed
okay.
person from the defender's office, perhaps.
So I will send it to the office of Mr. Drew, and he can appoint counsel, so I'm going to standby counsel.
How do you get standby counsel?
You need to call the judge for standby. Okay. So I'm assuming I'll do it before I get my hand. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Has he been previously deemed indigent, Your Honor?
I'm sorry.
Has he been previously deemed indigent?
I was.
Okay. In justice court?
Yeah, I believe actually, yes, it wasn't just court. Yes, Your Honor, that's when the public defender was appointed to.
How on earth did he get deemed indigent? I don't understand that. The guy's got 5 properties.
Unless he somehow found a way to give them all to his mother or something.
Okay, that's interesting. So he had hired an attorney, and he dismissed his attorney, and he had previously been. He was previously indigent. Maybe he previously was, and now he's not. Okay, maybe we should just listen to this
In my
and
case.
hear it out.
I mean, Your Honor, I think my understanding is there was a finding of indigence. He was appointed a public defender. that there were some articles in the paper about sources of revenue that he had, and then he went out and hired his own private attorney, Mr. Helmick, and then he subsequently hired his own private attorney,
So
Mr.
there's
Sheets.
not a finding of it?
I think there was initially,
Okay.
and then subsequent to that decision, he hired 2 separate private attorneys on his own. So I don't know what that does with indigency. That's just the timeline of how attorneys got involved in the
What
case.
happened and what the JP reviewed. If we have to set up
Okay,
a
so
hearing,
he found some money somewhere.
And testify regarding those issues. So I'm going to review what happened in justice court. There was a finding of indigency, and I'm satisfied with that. That'll be fine. Otherwise, we'll set it for a hearing. Do you understand that? So you may not get appointed standby counsel.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yes,
Right?
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Sheets, you made the job. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you, guys.
And Mr. Thomas, go ahead. Thank you have some issues.
yes, sir. I guess I'm concerned that I actually met a couple of weeks ago a non-opposition and motion.
What does that
for
mean,
direction
badge
from
of
the
witness? I might have to Google
defense
that.
Sarah. And I'm shocked that it didn't arrive. So what I'd like to do is I've got a different motion that I'd like to file and ask the court if I can do that.
We've got a motion.
And then the next item would be, I don't know if your honor is still
No, I do, Kenny.
any future hearings in the civil matter with the civil case with the Review Journal.
All right, so this will be filed in open court, which followed in the future, is going to have to do this in the council motions. So, okay. And then I'm sending you the state down a copy of it.
Oh, definitely. Thank you, Aaron.
Anything else?
And you said that it's being filed now?
State file.
Okay, thank you very much. Then the other item would be
And it'll be set for a hearing.
okay, and there's the case with the Review Journal, and I don't know if there are future hearings that have been scheduled, but I've yet to
That
be.
I'm aware of.
Okay,
I'm assuming that issue is up on appeal.
okay. All right, well, I guess my concern was whether or not I needed an order to attend any future hearings on that. If you were here.
So if there are any civil hearings, you are in the Review Journal, you want to be present, is that correct?
That is correct.
I'll make sure you're transported.
Great, thank you. And then
Civil
finally,
hearings regarding the Review
actually,
Journal.
With Mr. Sheets, with Frankie, he actually had his phone number set to confidential. So any calls to him were private. And I'd like, obviously, given that I've got my own investigator and I'll be working with him intimately on the case, I'd like to have his number be confidential as well if the court will allow it. I've got his information at the court now, or
And it's, tell me his name again.
Bill, and his last name is Faulkner, Falkaner.
Okay.
And he's with Clark County Process Service. He's actually been appointed by the court for, I'm not sure about this court, but as an investigator for pro se defendants.
You hired him and you're paying him,
Yes, sir.
okay?
And the phone number, if you'd like it for, should be, okay. And hopefully it doesn't mind me reciting open
You
court.
might, so why don't you just, you can write it down and give it to the
You got it.
marshal.
You got it.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Just one brief matter. Is the defendant intending on filing a discovery? I don't know what he filed there, but are you intending on filing a discovery motion?
It's a motion to compel, and then I'm gonna send it a couple weeks out, so you have time to respond.
Is it to compel discovery?
To deal with the detention center and providing him.
Okay, I found out what that is.
My question is more specifically pointed to is Mr. Kellis planning on filing a discovery motion for the discovery in the case? Because I know that was something that was discussed with Mr. Helmick that we were told was forthcoming. I know I briefly talked with Mr. Sheets about that, and then they went their separate ways. So I don't know if he wants the discovery.
In this matter?
Well, we are looking for the discovery right now. I know that last time when we were in court, the DA said that was going to give discovery to Mr. Sheets. I see that he is shaking his head no, as though he never received it.
I can tell you, Your Honor, I
Oh, that's
have not
Mr.
received
Sheets.
Mr. Helmut's full file, he's even as of today.
Okay.
It's a complication of the agreement.
Mr. Helmick to determine the appropriate.
Look at him, he's not happy.
Hand it down. And also, too, I think just to be sure
Being
for all our
sacked.
cases, maybe I'd ask the DA to give me another complete copy of the file.
Well, if you can get your copy from Mr. Helmick,
He's like,
great.
you're an
If
idiot.
you can't, I'll get you a new set of discovery. As far as the phone, if you want Mr. Gehrman's phone, you're going to have to make a request for discovery. I mean, I know you're well aware of that, so if you want to get that one, you're going to have to file something.
Okay, so you understand if you have any discovery issues, you have to reduce them to writing, sort of stating, and you're separate.
I'm sure you're referring to a Brady motion. I understand.
Well, it's up to you, if you want to file. Do you have any of the discovery?
I turned over all of my documents to my attorney at the time, so I expect to get those back.
So that's a no?
Right at this moment, I don't have much of my documents, but again, I do expect to get those back. I'll be asking you to
Answer the question.
Mr.
You're gonna
Sheets'
piss the
office as well
judge
to get
off.
the documents back provided.
She's really nice.
Okay, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, anything from the state?
No, you're on.
Confirmation is stated by council is going to be February 9th, 8:30 a.m. Western Health County Detention Center to provide lawful housing and legal research access is going to be February 15th, 8:30.
Okay, so guys, what I just noticed, because I was listening to what they were saying about a civil case regarding a review journal, and so I did a little Google on that. This Teller's clashed with real estate firm before claiming he was framed for murder. There he is. So Robert Tellis, former Clark County public administrator who was accused of fatally stabbing investigative reporter Jeff German, addresses the court during a public hearing at Regional Justice Center on January 16, 2024 in Las Vegas. And this was only recently, August 8th. After clashing with a real estate firm while in elected office, Robert Tellis escalated the feud this year. He said in court that he believes the company framed him for murder. You think he reckons he's been framed? Oh, hang on a minute. You know what this means, guys.
He also uses a
Justice for
baldo.
Robert Tellis. No.
Oh.
Justice for Robert Tellis might be starting, guys. Maybe he's being judged too quickly. Maybe. Let's just see. Oh my gosh. That's the newspaper the guy worked for, Budget Witness. Oh, watch out, watch out. Helen might be starting a crusade. This may be fun. Okay. Tellis, the former Clark County public administrator charged with killing Las Vegas Review Journal investigative reporter Jeff German, did not offer any evidence for his accusation. Oh, well, but he doesn't need to prove it. Burdens on the state. The realty group dismissed it as the act of a desperate man, and Tellis later admitted he didn't have any proof to back it up. It was one of many approaches he's taken to fend off a murder charge that could send him to prison for life. Several Las Vegas criminal defense lawyers questioned his chances of an acquittal in the trial scheduled to start Monday, given the defense he's mounted so far and the evidence against him. Authorities said they found Tellis's DNA under German's fingernails and clothing in Tellis' home that looked like what the assailant was wearing. Plus, the attacker drove an SUV that looked like one owned by Tellis' wife. It looked like it. But was that it? Kind of sounds like a white Elantra to me. Defense lawyer Thomas Moskal said prosecutors have a pretty strong case against Tellis. Hang on, that can't be his defense lawyer, surely. That's not a very good thing to say. Someone else. And he dismissed the notion that a real estate firm somehow framed him. I would say the jury is not going to be out very long on this case, said Moskal, a former Clark County prosecutor. So he's not so he's both. So he's a prosecutor and a defense attorney. Tellis, 47, declined to speak with the Review Journal about his defense strategy. Why would he talk about his defense strategy to the Review Journal, who he's in a civil case with prior to trial? That would be the stupidest thing ever. Why on earth would he talk about his defense strategy to anyone? What a dumb thing to write. Excuse me, Mr. Tellis, would you like to talk about your defense strategy? Oh, sure. His lawyer, Robert Draskovich, said that he will hold prosecutors to their burden and that he anticipates attacking the investigation. Yeah, that's not a new thing. Draskovich filed a motion last month to dismiss the case. Oh, really? Claiming police repeatedly violated Teller's constitutional rights. According to the filing, body camera footage had been deleted, which authorities claimed was accidental. Oh, deleted body cam footage, guys. And a search warrant application contained intentional omissions and misrepresentations. I smell something fishy, and it's not Dali's shoes. The court previously blocked Telly's efforts to quash search warrants. District Judge Michelle Levitt is expected to address the dismissal motion during the first day of trial. Ooh, that's tomorrow. So she's going to address the dismissal motion. I would think that if she is,
I think she did it before jury
of trial,
selection today.
yeah, I would think, yeah, if she's gonna, if she's left it to the day of trial, then yeah. Last year, Teller said in a jailhouse interview that his DNA was planted, though he couldn't explain how. I have the jailhouse interview, and I think I might play it tomorrow. What date is it tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Your time. Date.
13th.
13th. So not Sarah Boone Day. So
No,
I
that's
might play
what
it
the
tomorrow.
14th or 16th.
Yes, the 14th.
Then,
Yeah, spoiler alert, she's not dismissing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I smell real estate fuckery afoot. Yeah, he's an idiot. He spoke on a jail interview. Yeah, spoiler alert, he's an idiot. He talks too much. Yeah, so I might do it tomorrow. Let's have a listen to what he had to say. Yeah, I found that. So we'll do that, hey? Alrighty. Wow, guys. Mr. Tellis, hey? So yeah, badge of witness, you should go. If you can. If you could go to the courthouse. I want to know what the jury's doing. If we can get jury, like reads on the jury, body language. Let's do body language analysis.
Yes, jury analysis.
Yes, jury analysis. Yeah, you're welcome to come on stream, even if you don't want to show your face or anything. That's cool. But yeah, let us know. Talk to us. Let us know. That would be fantastic. Guys, what do you reckon? Maybe, is it a frame? Is it a frame job?
It
Could it
could
be?
be.
Could it be? Could it be?
It could be.
Could it be? Could it be another one of my fantastic justice for Robert Tellis crusades?
I just
Maybe?
got a feeling.
Well, I mean, it's possible. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, and also I'm still paying for my my trivia thing, my software. I realized yesterday they charged me again, and it is working. So I might do some trial trivia. Might try it again. Might give it another go. Are you guys all going to be watching? Where are you going to be watching? Who's running it? I think everyone's running it, but who's running it during the days? Okay.
Brandy.
Fantastic. Isn't it wonderful the way everyone just chooses the exact same thing to run these days? Like no one there's no choices anymore. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Well, then
okay,
there's been a ton of trials recently, so.
There's been a lot, and
Yeah,
you would think that people would kind of be some people's running one thing, some people running another thing, but no.
I don't know. I don't know. Are there more trials than usual than last year being covered? Because I remember there used to be gaps of 2, 3, even a month sometimes where there'd be no trials.
Would be nothing much. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what I mean is that but there'll be one big one, and everyone will go for the one big one and not cover anything else. That's it. So, okay, that's it. Time to go, everybody. Let's sing the song on the way out, and everyone have a lovely evening, a lovely day.
I moved
Make
it up
sure
top.
you hit the like on the way out, please. That would be fantastic. And guys, on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, don't forget, I'm having my Co-Burger. I'm starting the new Co-Burger series, the Co-Burger cover-up with my special guest. Her name is Kathy. She has a podcast called The Indie Zone, and we're going to be discussing the sealed documents. And there are tons of sealed documents, specifically the documents to seal the IgG information, so the genealogy information against Brian Kohberger. So she just knows tons about the case. Cannot wait. Dahlia, are you streaming tomorrow?
Thank you, Half Irish. I should probably mention that.
Yes.
I am doing some more of the very sus in the Rush trial, the DA. David Hall, I'm going to do some of his emails, some of his body cams where he's featured, and there are some people that aren't big fans of him. And then on Wednesday or Thursday, I am going to get back to the prosecutor who is on trial for aggravated assault.
Who's that?
The one you and I did.
What?
The lectern guy.
Okay, so lectern
Patrick
guy is not the
Scruggs.
prosecutor.
No.
Scruggs. Okay. Right. Oh, you're getting back to that. Fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. What day is that?
I haven't set it up officially. Probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, fantastic.
But, yeah.
All right, awesome. Thanks everybody for being here. Let's do Hella Rock on the way out.
Her name was Hella. She was an Nazi. She was the fake lawyer from the
No Nazis here.
She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Donnie and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803.
No, Mavka.